Hello, everybody. Where's my applause? It's Pierre. Whee! Oh, if you can't love yourself, how can you love somebody else? Good evening, everyone. My name is Pierre Bois. I'm the Senior Manager of Loyalty and Engagement here at TIFF. And I just want to thank you all for being here tonight on a cold January night. It's a thrill to welcome you all. And Happy New Year. 2019, my God, is going to be a great year. I'm really looking forward to it. A big thank you to all of you, our supporters, our members, friends, donors. We truly can't do what we do year-round at TIFF without you. All the work we do in the community, all the work that we do here at the Lightbox, it really is because of your support, the engagement that you bring in, the friends that you bring in, and we truly, honestly appreciate everything you do. So I'm going to give you a round of applause. You can give yourselves a round of applause. Again, the self-love. I'd like to also thank Mongrel Media for supplying us with tonight's advanced screening of Capernaum. Yes, thank you, Mongrel. And also Capernaum, which has recently been nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Foreign Film. We all know that, unfortunately, did not win the award, but it's a phenomenal film, and we're thrilled to have it here tonight. And of course, the film opens on Friday, so if you love it, come see it again. Even if you've seen it at the festival, come see it again, and bring your friends. Now, enough of the Pierre talk. I am so thrilled. Honestly, I'm chuffed to be here. I'm going to get weepy to introduce our special guest tonight, who are going to join us on stage for a very special introduction and conversation. So they'll talk a bit about the film and then also what we look forward to in 2019. So without any further ado, please help me welcome to the stage TIFF Artistic Director and Co-Head Cameron Bailey, and TIFF Executive Director and Co-Head and Executive Producer of tonight's film, Joana Vicente, our new co-head here at TIFF. Let's give them a huge round of applause, please.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks so much for coming. Happy New Year to you. Joanna, welcome back to TIFF in Toronto. We are now the co-heads of this organization. We're really excited to be leading TIFF forward and to be talking with you tonight about this remarkable film. So Joanna, a lot of people will have read that you came to TIFF from IFP, the Independent Feature Project in New York. You ran that organization, you ran the Gotham Awards in New York, but not everyone will know that you also have produced films over many, many years. You produced for Jim Jarmusch, Coffee and Cigarettes. You produced for Todd Solondz, Welcome to the Dollhouse. So many other films over the years, and most recently, Capernaum, the film that premiered in Cannes. So I thought maybe you could start by telling us a little bit about your career as a producer before you turned up in Toronto.
Great. So, hi, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here and meeting you. The members are incredibly engaged with TIFF, so it's really great to be doing this. So I used to be a producer. I produced with my husband, who's here, Jason Cleo, like over 40 films, and we were very fortunate to have 12 of those, including the Jim Jarmusch film and Todd Solondz film, Welcome to the Dollhouse, play at Toronto. So that's kind of how I started, and then I used to be on the board of the IFP, and then 8 years ago I became the executive director, and as much as I love to produce films, I also love working with people and enabling the production of films and supporting filmmakers, and then having a platform to show films like this. So.
Now, Nadine Labaki would be familiar to a lot of our audience, a lot of our members, because she's had a number of films at our festival in the past. Caramel played as a gala many years ago, and Where Will We Go Now was the People's Choice Award winner not many years ago as well, before Capernaum. How did you and Jason get involved with Nadine and this particular project?
So it's funny, Jason was on the jury with Nadine in Venice, and then 6 months later, or less than 6 months, I was on the jury with Nadine at Sundance. Okay. So it's rare that you actually spend so much time with an adult that you barely know, because you spend all days together, like watching films and talking about them. So we became really, really good friends. And then we helped her with her short film that she did, was part of the compilation of Rio, I Love You. We got Harvey Keitel to be an actor in the film. And then when they started shooting Capernaum, Nadine takes a long time, so like writing the script was a process that took 2-3 years. She works with collaborators. She kind of comes up with the themes that she wants to work on and writes them all down, and then works on the script, and then kind of the whole process starts yet again, because she's almost like documentary and fiction filmmaker, but the approach is really to, while there is a script and she's directing the actors, she works with non-actors, so she's really trying to capture. So she shoots, for like 90 days or something, which is amazing on a small budget. So one of the locations was going to be demolished, so they really wanted to film it. So Khaled, who is her husband and the composer, became the producer of the film, and he started calling my husband Jason every day for advice. So slowly we became involved, but Jason being more the lead person for our company, for Open City Films, and then spent a lot of time in Lebanon. So it's been a long process. Even after they stopped shooting more than a year ago, it took a year to edit because they had like hundreds of hours of footage. So the first cut was actually 8 hours, which is crazy.
Does that exist anywhere? Can we see that?
I don't know. I don't think it.
We actually show 8-hour films here every now and then.
So then, at one point there was this crazy thing that maybe even like, oh, can we make it for Cannes 17? But like with the 8-hour cut, the answer was like no. So they wisely waited a year and worked, and obviously then we had to bring more money in, and we went to Cannes where the film won the jury prize, and then the film came to Toronto and has won some audience awards at different festivals, and now we were just at the Golden Globes. The film was also nominated for the BAFTA award, and it's opening on Friday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, you've worked a lot before Capernaum on a lot of American independent films, but for this one, the film is being shot on the streets of Beirut. But not your first time in that part of the world. You'd worked with Brian De Palma on a film called Redacted as well. Can you talk a little bit about just working in that part of the world and maybe in a country and a culture that is not your own, and what that was like?
So I'm originally from Portugal. I was born in Macau, China. I lived in Mozambique. So I'm kind of used to move around. I'm not too scared. But actually, the big experience that we had was doing 3 seasons in Vietnam, and was the first American film being shot in Vietnam since the war. So that was a really foreign experience in that we had censors on set all the time, and so after doing 4 months in Vietnam, we felt like we were ready to do anything.
Beirut's no problem.
So when we were scouting for Redacted, we actually thought we were going to be shooting in Morocco. And then I don't remember how we heard that the Film Commission in Jordan was trying to attract people to come in. So we sent our locations manager there. And then they were like, wow, this is viable. And the Royal Film Commission is really invested in making this happen. And, the Prince Ali, is it Prince Ali, who's, the brother of the king, really was kind of the head of the film commission. So we felt like, okay, with that kind of support, it's going to be a good thing. We were more worried about Brian De Palma because he's very well known for going over budget. And we had a small budget of $5 million, but we told him that we only had 3. So,
And he believed you. I love that.
so then you would like say, oh, it would be great if I could have, like, because this is it's a film that happens during the Iraq War. And so he was saying, like, can I have more tanks and more soldiers? And we would be like, yes. So he was like, wow, no one has ever said yes to me in a Hollywood film. So it ended up being a good experience. And we partnered with the Canadian producers, with Jennifer Weiss and Simone Earle from Film Farm. So,
who are well known for producing for Adam McGoy and many
Yes.
other filmmakers here in Canada as well. So you shot in Beirut, you worked with Nadine, getting the film ready for the Cannes Film Festival, and then you take it up those famous red carpeted stairs to our premiere and competition in Cannes. What is that like?
oh, it was amazing. And for Nadine, like, she's an incredible director and an incredible person, and so committed. She could be really a politician. Like, for her, like, she felt like this was her mission, to be giving voice to people who otherwise don't have. And like, for her, it was like, we need to show people that are kids who are living in these conditions, and that are and also the whole refugee situation and undocumented people. So for her, like, this was like, it was amazing that as a director she's in Cannes in competition. It's her 3rd film, but for her it was like she really wanted that platform to tell Zane's story. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the young boy who plays Zane, who hadn't acted before, as I understand, is really
Yeah.
remarkable. You'll see in a moment. I wanted to just ask you what you think an audience who's watching Capernaum for the first time needs to know. Maybe they've seen Nadine's other films, which are lovely and maybe a bit lighter than this one, but how would you want to prepare an audience for the experience of watching this film?
It's, just allow yourself to go in the, it's a journey. It's the performances of these non-actors, kids, are unbelievable. I think it's the best baby performance ever. Yes. But it's hard. It's kind of devastating to see the condition how people live and go through, a lot of really incredible challenges. But in a way, it's like, it's also uplifting, because you can see kind of the resilience of human condition. Yeah. Like, so.
And you're in the hands of a great filmmaker as well.
Yes.
So you, even as you're watching some quite tough scenes on the screen, you know that she cares so much about her characters that you're in good hands in a way. And the story is deeply emotional. I saw it at its premiere in Cannes and was really moved by it. And I'm glad we're able to bring it to you tonight, and also into the Lightbox as of Friday. So, Joanna, thank you so much. Any final words?
Yes, so just a little piece of good news, which I think it's great. Like, so the kid, Zane, who is 12, 13 years old in the film, so maybe he's now 14. So he's actually a Syrian refugee. And, during the process of the film, UN, the agency that deals with refugees, I'm forgetting the name.
UNHCR?
Yes, UNHCR became involved and actually helped relocate the family. So they went from not having a room, a bed to sleep on, to now living in Norway. And they have a house with, I don't know how many bedrooms, and with views of the sea. So it's great to know that.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Thank you. Enjoy Capernaum. Thank
Enjoy
you,
the
Joanna.
film. Thank you.
Hello, this is Cameron Bailey, Artistic Director at TIFF. Thank you for joining us at the TIFF Bell Lightbox. This event is taking place on the treaty territory of the Mississaugas of the New Credit and the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and the Huron-Wendat. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work in the community. Thank you to our lead sponsor, Bell, and our major sponsors, RBC, L'Oréal Paris, and Visa. Thank you to our major public supporters, the Government of Canada, the Government of Ontario, and the City of Toronto. Last but certainly not least, thank you, our many donors and members, for making TIFF's year-round programming and educational and community outreach initiatives possible. You help us create a more informed, engaged, and connected world. Thanks again for joining us. We truly appreciate your support.